Oh my god, can you just believe it? What a win that is for Liverpool. Just two goals, Darwin Nunes scoring it. My eyes just couldn't believe this. What has just happened? They were so lethal. Just look at this, guys. Just look at this. 37 shots from Liverpool, and late in the stoppage time, it was Nunes scoring those two goals. And in the Premier League, it is Liverpool at the top with 50.7 points ahead of Arsenal. No worries, no worries. But in this game, we are up for Juventus and AC Milan. This is all about the Milan Classic, which is happening at the Alliance, the home of Juventus. And yes, the starting lineups from Juventus, they have the hope of Randall Colomwani coming onto the squad from PSG if they can get it, Thiago Motta and his team. But AC Milan winning that Supercoppa Italiana, Sergio Conceição's man with the likes of Musa, Randers, Abraham, Rafa, Leo. To talk about the injuries, Christian Pulisic is injured, Okafor is injured, Florenzi is injured, Thiago, their defender, is injured, Ruben Loftus-Cheek is also injured, Morata is suspended, Chukwueze is also injured. Much of worries for Conceição what he is going to do. He has got Gabia and Tomori, and yes, Immortal Royal and Hernandez. Whereas Juventus have got Di Gregorio in their goalkeeping positions. It is Milik, Cabal and Bremer injured. Neither Vlahovic, but what we will be having a watch is that talented player Yildiz into the squad, whether he can make any difference for Juventus. Because to talk about Juventus in the Serie A, if you have a detailed look of it, Milan are at the 8th spot, 20 games played, 8 wins, 8 draws and 4 losses. Whereas Juventus, 21 games played, 1 more than Milan, 7 wins, 1 win less than Milan, but 14 draws. Oh my god, Juventus, Thiago Motta, is he just playing this Serie A for the draws? Can you just believe it? 14 draws for Juventus. That is huge. That is huge. And Juventus are unbeaten in the Serie A. That is also a big aspect. To talk about Juventus, they are unbeaten in Serie A and they have conceded 17 goals. Napoli is the least goal scoring team in the Serie A this season, but Juventus has also scored 32 goals. But then also they are, what a stat, astonishing figures for Juventus with 14 draws. How are they going to manage Thiago Motta's man? It was the likes of Milan who were getting those draws. 8 draws they got, and they sacked their manager and brought in Conceição, Sergio Conceição. That is what Milan has done this new year, apart from not signing any more players. And it was Paulo Fonseca previously associated with the, oh my god, that is some sort of goal scoring opportunity. Yes, it was Paulo Fonseca with the likes of Rossoneri's trying to get some sort of hunt into the Serie A, but he was sacked and Sergio Conceição has been brought to the squad, and Conceição winning that Supercoppa Italiana. Oh my god, in just 2 games. But Milan, talking about their fixtures, they have got the win against Como, a draw against Cagliari. After that win against Inter, they had a draw in the Serie A, and it is a win against Como. Cesc Fabregas Como, a new build-up which is happening It's supposed to be happening, but not exactly happening. Milan got a 2-1 win, and now they are at the Alliance facing Juventus. This is all about Milan, AC Milan, and Juventus, the facts which is happening. And apart from that, only 7 goals Juventus have scored in their 5 last matches. Vlahovic has the most, but for this they have picked up the likes of Gonzalez into the squad, Koopmanius, Ildiz, and Mamagula. Whereas Milan, with so many injuries, have got Tammy Abraham and Reinders. Reinders can make those critical moves which he is capable of. Rafa Leo is there, but no signs of Christian Pulisic into the squad because of the injuries. What is going to happen in this clash? It is the most aspiring thing which we are going to witness. Yes, do have the social media links which are given in the video description, in the channel description, the match links, as well as there is a poll over here onto the chat that is it going to be the win for the Milano? Is it going for the Juve? Or is that going to be another draw upset for Thiago Motta? And yes, Conciaso will not be happy with a draw. He needs to get a win to it, because in the Serie A table they are at the 8th spot. Napoli are at the top with 47 points. Inter at the 2nd spot, but one more game to play, are 3 points behind Napoli on 44. Atlanta, they are having a game today against Napoli late in the night, and Atlanta, with same games played as that of Napoli, are in the 3rd spot, 4 points behind Napoli. This Serie A table is close, 3 points from Inter. 4 points from Atlanta, and Lazio on the 4th with way down in the table, 7 points behind Atlanta. The first 3 spots in the Serie A are looking close, but just a month back, this table up to the 7th spot was so close. Unfortunately, Milan and Bologna, Fiorentina, and Juventus not yielding to that what was much required. Can Milan cope up with the new man in charge, Sergio Conciaso, into the squad and bring on those differences? With the, oh my god, that is some scoring opportunity. Juventus are looking lethal, and what a shot that was. Oh my god. That was huge. That was huge. What a shot that was taken. Mamungla, what a shot that was taken. Mangula just took that shot so good. Oh my god. Juventus are looking good. So that was the lineup which we are having on the screen right now. And if you guys have the view of the lineup, then definitely you can cast your vote that whether Juventus are going to win, whether it is AC Milan going to win, or whether it is going to be a draw. For my predictions, definitely Milan are going to get something big, because their defensive lineup of Emerson Royal, Gabbia, Tomori, and Hernandez, with the likes of Fofana being on the defensive midfields, is much to be watched. Oh my god, what just happened? Why my camera has been switched off? Just wait a second, guys. I need to just connect my camera. It has got some sort of dealing into it. Finally, I have got my camera fresh on the stream. Oof, that is so much annoying. That is so much annoying. My camera just got disconnected from the stream. That is not what you expect. Somehow my camera got disconnected and I have to connect it. Thank you for staying on the stream, guys. And for the live links, you can join the different social media links which have been given on the chat section, and the links to the different social media platforms are also in the channel description as well as in the video description. And apart from this, what a win Liverpool had today. I mean, in the previous stream which we were having a watch, let me just put this lineup off from here. Yes, in the previous stream, just 15 minutes back to it, we were having a watch where the likes of Liverpool getting those wins, Darwin Núñez scoring it on the late stoppage time. That was amazing. And yes, Atletico Madrid has got that loss against Leganes in the La Liga. That stream which we were having, it was so much astonishing. The Roja Bank loss, Atletico has got those defeats against Leganes, and yes, Leganes has also got those wins against FC Barcelona. Much of the upsets happening in the La Liga, but for now we are up. Juventus and AC Milan, the Serie A clash going on between. Milan is reduced to so much of injuries, and yes, Juventus are just drawing away those games in the Serie A. What is going to happen? Do cast your vote which team is going to win. Much of the predictions are waiting over there. Apart from this, Juventus and Milan, there is also Atlanta and Napoli coming late at the night. Arsenal and Aston Villa, just 15 minutes left into it. Leverkusen are going to face Borussia Mönchengladbach as well as the likes of Getafe versus Barcelona in the La Liga, but that is late in the night. For now, we are having the watch along of Juventus versus Milan, Arsenal and Aston Villa, and the likes of Bayer Leverkusen and Borussia. These three are the matches, and in the next stream we will be have the watch of Atlanta and Napoli as well as the likes of Getafe and Barcelona. That is all. Let us jump into the match. This would definitely look good. Let us jump into the match, the gameplay which is happening. Oh my god, Mike Magnan does a save. That is so good. It was so close to the nets. Look at Juventus, man. They are just going so close to the nets. It was Mike Magnan. Just centimeters you could call it, was off the post, but no worries for Milan so far because in the defense they have got the lines of their elite backs. Emerson Royal, Gabia, Tomori as well as Hernandez. I don't think they will give some sort of opportunities for Juventus, especially in the first half. But if in these substitutions needed, that will be what is Thiago Motta waiting for, because Milan has got those injuries and it will be much anticipated that in the second half Milan might concede 1 or 2 goals. On the other hand, from Juventus, I would have a definite watch of the player Yildiz in the squad. He is the man who is making much differences in the squad from the creative playmakings as well as those goal scoring opportunities. And yes, he has got those skills. Kenan Yildiz is the player I will be watching on for Juventus. That player has got lots and lots of capabilities to perform on the pitch. He can't do any of those. Mike Magnan, he is so up. Oh my god, what is man is doing on the pitch? Damn. Mike Magnan is doing such type of heroics on the pitch. Just look at him. What has happened to Magnan? But that was a missed pass. Ildiz was close to get to it, and Ildiz would have just got a touch to it. It would have been a goal. Ildiz is that new number 10 from Juventus. He is making much of the differences. Royal moving to the midfields. He has got Tomori, Hernandez. Hernandez has got Leo. Leo in the build-up. Oh my god, look at that dribbling from Rafa Leo. Rafa Leo is speeding away into the center midfields. Can that be a shot taken? Benansar just gives it to Musa, but no, denied. That was Milan on the counter opportunities. Tammy Abraham was close, but has he that speed which he can overtake to get that goal well into? Whereas from Milan, can Reinders create those differences today? That will also be a watch to have. Can Reinders has got those performances in the UEFA Nations League as well. Yes, we have got the votes. Few are saying that Milan are going to win, and yes, few are also saying that Juventus are going to win. What is that going to have? Is it going to be the Juve? I mean, it is the old lady, or it is the Rossoneris who are going to get it. That is some opportunity inside the box. Randers is there. No, denied. But that is a tackle. That is a bad tackle. The referee on pitch, David Massa, what a decision that is. That was a clear challenge inside the box. Randers, no, that was fair. That was fair. Rander was not given that challenge. That was a fair challenge. No issue about it. But at the cost of a corner incoming. Milan are going to take their corner inside the box of Juve. Theo Hernandez, the man going to take it. His left footer curls from the right wings, from the right corners. Can Milan get that goal? But Mike Theo is not there, man. Mike Theo would have been there. It would have been some sort of headers. Who is going to take that header? Lucas Hernandez. That is a shot. Oh my god. Randers gets a touch inside the box. But there was some sort of deflection. Who was that player who got that deflection to it? Hernandez. Randers got a touch to it. Oh no, that is Tomori getting some sort of touch to it at the end. That is Tomori getting some sort of touch to it in the end. Tomori has got those touches. No corners incoming. That is a goal kick. That is a goal kick. Juventus are trying to make some playmaking into the squad with the likes of Locatelli, Thuram and Koopmanius. McKennie on the right backs. He is playing on the right backs. That is something which Juventus would definitely want him to come up high on the pitch. It is astonishing to see McKennie playing on those right backs as well. Such a versatile player McKennie is. But I am from Juventus. If you say I am just on for this player, Kenan Hernandez. He's such a talented player. At the Rossoneri, he is capable of performing any stunts. Whereas the injuries from Milan, Sergio Conceição, his previous stint at FC Porto, he would definitely want Lucas Hernandez. He can, if he want, can get rid of Lucas Hernandez because he generally wants those four center backs staying deep in their defensive aspects. But Lucas Hernandez is that attacking. Oh my God, that is some sort of Juventus scoring, no denied. Happening, boys, happening. This Serie A derby is happening. That was close. That was Getty not getting that good touch to it. But it was to the far post and there was some sort of scoring opportunities. Blahovic from the stands. Will he make his appearance today? Blahovic looking not happy with that touch from Getty inside the box. Blahovic is in the lineup. He can make his appearances. Juventus inside the box looking to cut in. Cambiaso getting the receiving end. Mangula, Thuram, Kopmenius. Just look at the positioning of Gonzalez. That is what Thiago Motta is not doing good. Look at the positioning of Gonzalez. He is staying bit deep into the midfields. Kalulu, Getty, Kopmenius. Kopmenius has got McKennie. Back to Getty. Kalulu. Kalulu to Cambiaso. Cambiaso goes for Gonzalez. No. Cambiaso and Mangula can make those differences because it is Emerson Royal and Gabia is the man who is there on the center backs because Thiago from AC Milan is under injury and Thiago is not present. Sergio Conceição coming on to AC Milan and winning those Supercoppa Italiana, but yes, now he is suffering from those injuries. Loftus-Cheek, he has got those hamstrings. Morata is suspended. Pulisic is on an injury. Chukwueze, he is also injured. Florenzi injured. Okafor injured. Much of injuries for AC Milan in this game. The Rossoneris, will they try to just get those equalizers or share points with a draw? Or is it Juventus going all the way? But Juventus with 14 draws in the Serie A, can they have that character? Can they manage to get a win out of this? Anything can happen, guys. Anything can happen in this game. Kalulu looking to find some break into it. Kopmenius, Getty, Locatelli, back to Di Gregorio, Cambiaso, it is McKennie making his move. McKennie has got, no, that is some sort of heavy touch to it. It was for Kopmenius. McKennie, look at his performance. He is going deep into the attacking midfields from the right back positions. Suddenly things are turning good for Juventus and they are seen making those attacking aspects against the Rossoneris. But what a game which we had today! It was the likes of Liverpool getting those. I mean, Darwin Nunes, to talk about him in this season in the Premier League, 15 matches he has played, 7 started, and 4 goals. And these were the 2 goals which he scored. And on the other hand, Darwin Nunes is in talks with some sort of Saudi Arabia transfers up in his bag. What is that going to happen? Lucas Hernandez moving to the left wings. Yes, he is up. He gets a cut into it. Oh my god, that is a big miss. That is a big miss. Rossoneri is just not getting that perfect. It is all everywhere. Whatever they are shooting inside the box, everything is just going out of their way. Man, that was so close. That was so close. Gonzalez, on the other hand, from Juventus, making those runs safe into the hands of Manan. Speedy counters happening in this game. Juventus and the Rossoneris are having those speedy counters. Look at that speed from Lucas Hernandez. Man, Rafa Leo had that shot. Musa tried to get those shots. Tammy Abraham was there to take that shot, but they were being outnumbered by the players of Juventus. A little bit of clinical finishing inside the box would have just yielded AC Milan a goal into it. Tomori, Gabia, Gabia has got Fofana, no, back to Tomori, Mainan. Look at Mike Magnan, he is staying so high up on the pitch. Mike Magnan is staying so high up on the pitch. That is a tackle to Rafa Leo. What are your predictions? I mean, can Rafa Leo score today? Will that be the prediction which we can have? If AC Milan scores, who is going to score? And if Juventus are going to score, then who is Thiago Motta's man who is going to score? In just 30 minutes of gameplay, it is Rafa Leo who is tying his boots. He is tying his boots. He is loose. He is just tying up. Fofana, Randers, back to Gabia, Emerson. What a run, what a run, what a solo run that is. Benancer was trying to make those solo runs so good. Thuramullian, McKennie, Locatelli, McKennie to Ildiz. Look at that player, Ildiz. Every time he gets that ball, Ildiz is that player who does those magic dribbles. Juventus trying to make something from their left wings, and yes, they are trying to outnumber Milan in their box. Juventus are playing high centre back, creating pressure at their home of Alliance. Juventus are trying to create those pressure against the Rossoneri. Di Gregorio back to Getty. Getty has got Ildiz. Water tackle to Ildiz from Rafael Leao. Getty passes to Thuraminian. To talk about Locatelli and Thuraminian in the midfields, whereas there is Kalulu and Getty, we can get Cambiaso and McKennie high up on the pitch. As from Milan, when Hernandez is moving up, it is Randers cutting in. Fofana has to stay deep down. That is what the simple aspect which Canciaso would have. But Canciaso generally doesn't go for those high right backs and centre backs on the pitch. Lucas Hernandez getting those tackles down to the ground, but that was out of the box. No, that was close. I think that was inside the box, but the referee on pitch is not giving any kind of cards or booking. David Mesa, the man, the referee on pitch, has to make those decisions quite good. He has to make those decisions quite good. Oh my god, every time either it is Juventus or either it is the Rossoneri getting those chances inside the box, but somehow they are not being able to score. Somehow or the other, they are missing those opportunities. What a battle going on in the Serie A. It is just astonishing. McKennie has got that through. He delivers that back. It is deep into the centre backs. Kalulu receiving it. Getty. Cambiaso is such a versatile player on the left backs. He can play on the defensive midfields as well. Getty to McKennie. Kalulu. Kalulu to Cambiaso. What Juventus is lacking on this is that they are not having the midfield present good at either of their left backs or the inverted right backs. They are also not looking good, whereas the Rossoneri are just trying to get those defensive approach to this game and just relying on those counters. That is what Sergio Conceição is known for. That is some scoring opportunity for Kenan Yildiz, but brilliant save from Mike Magnan. Just look at that. Oh my god, what was that Lucas Hernandez waiting for? Yildiz just couldn't get a proper touch to it. Otherwise, it would have been a goal. And Mike Magnan, he just makes a big save. Opinius going to take that left footer, right wing corner. But who is from Juventus who is going to take those headers? AC Milan is missing Theo from the team, and Theo was that header man, the centre back, who takes those headers so good. He is such a tall guy, he has got those physicalities, so good ways. 37 minutes on the watch, still AC Milan 0, Juventus 0. Whose way it is in the first half, that is what which we want to see. Getty back to Di Gregorio, Locatelli. Locatelli finds it. It is the run which is being made to Ramilile as well as Mangula. But no. Every time they are trying to make those runs, it is looking so childish. What a dreamy shot that was from Thuramulian. Thuramulian had a dream shot on goal, but no worries for Magnan. Benanza, Fofana, Rafael Leo, Tamori, Hernandez. That is Hernandez mispassing it. Theo Hernandez is not looking to the best of his form for today. 39 minutes into the watch, still no goals being scored. No goals being scored by either of the teams in the Milan Classic, which is happening. Juventus, as well as the likes of, the old lady against the likes of the Rossoneri. On the other hand, the game in between Arsenal and Aston Villa has also started 10 minutes into it, goalless. Bayer Leverkusen against Borussia Mönchengladbach, 10 minutes into the game, and it is also goalless. But Atletico Madrid, the Roja Blancos, losing to Leganes. Leganes this season has caused those upsets against Barcelona, and yes, in this game it was against the Roja Blancos. Leganes are having those great stunts. They have got those great stunts in the La Liga. Locatelli, Tramillion, passes going on in the midfield, but Juventus are not being able to find their perfect space between Koopmanius and Gonzalez. It is Gonzalez staying so close, and Mangula is going onto the left wings trying to get some sort of solo run, which is not going to happen because there is Emerson Royal on the right backs. And good defensive aspects from Gabia in this game. Oh, I'm feeling so damn sleepy. Live streams are so much painstaking, man. I mean, to watch the matches, every day there are 2 to 3 or 4 matches. I mean, based on the selection, based on the sorting which you have to watch, it becomes so critical. To talk about the likes of Juventus in their next fixtures, if you be precise, Juventus has got Club Brugge in the Champions League. And yes, to talk about AC Milan, in their fixtures, they have got Girona. I mean, not of much worries for both the teams, but against Girona, they can cause some upset. You have to be just aware of them. That is what the fact is. Liverpool getting those wins, Atletico Madrid getting those losses. And yes, rumors of Carlo Ancelotti getting those Real Madrid sack. What is that going to happen? Is it the January window transfers which are going to be critical? We will be having a compiled video of that coming up tomorrow morning. But for now, in the Bundesliga, it is Bayern getting those 1 goal win against Wolfsburg, Liverpool winning it against Brentford, Atletico losing to Leganes, Juventus and Milan are still goalless on 44 minutes of the watch. Both the teams are now just dried up of their energy and they just want to end up this half so that in the second half they can come up strong and play with the boost as well as the protein powder which they will consume to be perfectly energized on the pitch. Tomori, Hernandez. What is that? A tackle to Hernandez. Hernandez is down to the ground and the referee is not even caring to look at him to talk about it. It is Tobias Riquel. Just please look back and see that it is Hernandez who is down to the pitch. 75,000 fans have gathered this first half to witness this clash between Juventus and AC Milan at the Alliance, the home of Juve. What a header that is. But no, Ildiz just denies. Rafael Leo getting that cross. Oh my god, again that was a header from Lucas Hernandez. And yes, Juventus has blocked that header good. The players are looking injured down on the pitch. The only thing which is missing is that they need some sort of fresh energy upcoming, because 1 minute of extra time in the first half being awarded. 45 minutes are up. All the players are looking so much dried of the energy, so much dried up. That was a good save from Getty. Look at that header which Hernandez had, and Getty just gets the save of it. So good. That is the end of the first half over here. And yes, definitely both the teams are goalless in the first half. Let me just switch this to this. This looks good. It is Juventus and AC Milan. Look at the stats over here. This speaks all about this. A total of 5 shots taken by Milan, the number in red, and yes, 7 shots by Juventus, the numbers in black. Passing from Juventus much, whereas AC Milan are just relying on their counter tactics. And in the table, it is in the Serie A. Juventus with this draw will be on 35 points, and Milan, AC Milan, with this win will be on 32 points. That is all. As there is a break on going on, we will be having a watch what is happening Arsenal and Aston Villa. It is still goalless. At the Emirates, Arsenal at home facing Unai Emery's Aston Villa is goalless in 20 minutes of the gameplay. Arsenal getting those wins in the previous game was definitely good. As well as the likes of Bayer Leverkusen at Bundesliga from Borussia are also having those equal stats. I mean, not a worries, because Leverkusen in their next game are going to face the Rosa Blancos, and Rosa Blancos has got that loss against Leganes. That is going late in the night. It is Atlanta and Napoli, as well as it is Getafe and Barcelona. We will be having a complete watch of it on our next stream. Atlanta and Napoli so close. I mean, 14 wins for Atlanta, 13 wins for Napoli. Diego Armando Maradona's Napoli against the likes of this live Fox Gasparini's Atlanta at the Wii Stadium. 5 draws for both the teams. That is definitely going to be the watch. That is definitely going to be our next watch. This weekend, Saturday, it is all about the Serie A, the Serie A clashes which is happening. And yes, in the Premier League today, Liverpool getting those wins against Brentford. Darwin Nunes getting those stoppage time goals. Arne Slot definitely does not want to sell Darwin Nunes to any Saudi Arabia with those 2 goals. Darwin Nunes was just marvelous today. Huge clash going to be. That is be a huge clash, Atlanta and Napoli. And on the other hand, Juventus and Milan. Juventus has got those 23 wins, 11 draws, and 10 wins. But Atlanta and Napoli, that is close. That is close. We are going to get a close review of all this. As there's a break going on, I will also take a short break and be back in just 1 minute. Do stay tuned to it. And yes, those of you who are watching this, give us those like, share, and subscribe, as well as the different match links are there in our social media platforms. Do check it. The links are given in this in the video description, as well as in the channel description. Our different social media platforms, do check it, and you can get those match links. Otherwise, if you are from the continent, then it is the GXR website who is streaming it for free. The Serie A matches as well as the La Liga matches you can watch from there also. And the Champions League matches, there will be also the things which we will be doing. Do join it and get to avail to watch those. If you want to shell out your bucks, then there is those opportunities also which you can get. What is your opinion? Do stay tuned, as I'll be back in just 1 minute, taking a short break as there is a break ongoing over here also. So we have got the votes of Milano getting those victories and Juve with one vote. Let's see what happens up to the stoppage time. The second half hasn't yet started, and we are just witnessing AC Milan against the likes of Juventus, the old lady. What is going to happen, guys? Give your predictions. That is something which is huge, which is going to happen today. And the result of this game is definitely going to prove whether Conciaso is that man with the win in the Supercoppa Italiana can lead this Rossoneri team to some of the top positions in the Serie A, because in the Serie A, if you talk about the table over here, it is Napoli at the top, 12 goals conceded. I mean, Napoli have conceded the least goals in the Premier League. If you talk about, it is 19 goals which Arsenal has just conceded the least. I mean, to be precise over here, Liverpool with today's win, not conceding a single goal, have scored 50 goals. Whereas in the La Liga, if we talk about, just have a look at the table, it is the least amount of goals which has been conceded is by Real Sociedad. But today it is Leganes getting those wins against the Rosa Blancos, and yes, they have got those wins against Barcelona. Oh my god. Things are looking good. Things are looking good. Real Sociedad has just conceded 13 goals, whereas Atletico has conceded only 13 as well. Oh my god. Atletico is the least conceding team in the La Liga. In the Serie A, it is Napoli. I mean, if you combine of the Bundesliga as well, just have a look at it. In the Bundesliga, it is Bayern conceding the least, that is 15. In the Premier League, it is 19. In the La Liga, it is 13. And in the Serie A, Napoli at 12 points. That is huge. So Serie A conceding the least goals. But late at night today is Atlanta and Napoli, another big clash of the Serie A which is going to happen. So that was all from my side, and the second half is going to open. I mean, just start. What are your opinions? Which team is going to get those wins? Which of this Italian team is going to get those wins? Let us change our panel to the main. This looks good. Are there any changes coming up? Magnan is appeared to deep in discussion with the members of Concejo staff towards the end of the half, because some sort of options which the goalkeeper and the captain Jimenez could be that option which they might be talking, and either as a fullback or a wimber, Kamada or Jovi could be the option they could be having. I mean, Paulo Fonesca is not there, it is Conciaso. Abraham needs to be replaced because Tammy Abraham is not getting those touches. Because Tammy Abraham is lacking that pace, and yes, he is lacking those awareness inside the box as well. There were some sort of scoring opportunities which Milan could have got. There is no such sort of entertainment from the first half because teams not scoring those goals. It is definitely not the talk of the town. Whether Vlahovic is going to come Randers was there in a position to score. He could have got those opportunities. And yes, Di Groglio and Magnan were the just scores level with the goals line saves which they were having. That is all was left with Milan. Talking about the position, it is 70% from Juventus and 30 from Milan. Whereas both the teams have just got those 6 shots on target. That is huge. That is huge from both the teams. Are there substitutions incoming? Conciaso, is he going to make any substitutions? That will be the watch. And when is Thiago Motta going to make those attacking substitutions? Is he going to bring back Gonzalez? Locatelli has a good performance. Gatti was decent. Kalulu was good. Cambiasu was looking decent. McKennie making his moves from Juventus. But yes, Di Gregorio doesn't have that stint. Whereas from the Rossoneris, Magnan had a good playtime in the first half. Whether that captain is going to bring those changes or not, it is also the watch to have in the second half as well. We have that upcoming stream, Atlanta and Napoli. Next, after this one, if we have that energy left in us, because back to back 2 streams for 3 hours each, all our energies, if are not dried up, we will definitely come up for that Atlanta and Napoli watch along as well. Do pray to God that I stay alive up to that stream, because I'm losing much of my energy. I don't think that any of the substitutions has been made, and yes, the second half is on way over here. 1 minute into the second half, and yes, the players are just trying to have. It is Yildiz. Oh my god. Way has been brought in. And Yildiz has been substituted. Oh my god, my eyes couldn't believe it. Yildiz was down with injuries. And yes, holy Christ, Yildiz is not in the second half. And I was just waiting to watch that player Yildiz from Juventus. But Yildiz has been just dropped and the substitutions of Way has been brought in. Huge change, a big change, a massive blow that is for the Juventus in the second half. That is a huge blow which Juventus will suffer. Yildiz was that player who was going to make those differences, but no, it is Way who has been called. Milan trying to make those counters from the edge of the box. It was Balancer going for those left footers, but that is some sort of interception. That is some sort of interception. Emerson Royal is that player. He is so versatile. He plays that so good. From the Rossoneris, the right back, Emerson Royal is so versatile. Kalulu, Locatelli, back to Getty, back to Kalulu, Cambiaso, Kalulu again, Getty, Royal. That is Cambiaso, back to Tamori. Good sort of passes happening for Juventus, especially in those centre back build-ups. It is Thuramulian, Mangula, Koopmanius, Magnan just clears it for Lucas Hernandez. The players are not looking in their best shape. The players are not looking in their best shape in this game. What is McKennie doing with that throw taking such a long time? He is wasting those times. Kalulu is speeding up high on the pitch. Kalulu can make it happen. Mangula and Thromilian, two of the players are over there. He can contribute to it at times. And Juventus are playing so high on the centre backs. AC Milan, with so much of injuries, are just relying on their own half most of the times, just moving high up with those counters. Locatelli back passes. Kalulu. Kalulu has got Koopmanius. The position where Koopmanius plays at time, it looks so much of a disgrace. He's such a talented player, but he plays at those positions, missing those awareness. At times, it looks ridiculous. Getty to Locatelli. Locatelli is staying deep on the pitch, trying to make those wing passes for McKennie. That is a handball given for McKennie. He's surprised that he hasn't even touched that ball with his hand, and the referee on pitch gives that David Mesa a handball for McKennie. What is that which is happening on the pitch? But AC Milan are just sticking with Tabby Abraham. Sergio Conceição is the man, and yes, he is time and again relying on Tammy Abraham on the pitch for this game. Will that happen for Tammy Abraham? It is also the outlook for Watch up to the stoppage time, or he is going to make those substitutions after those 70 minutes. Di Gregorio clearing that ball. It is some sort of opportunities. Juventus are inside the box. Mike Magnan time and again making those saves. Oh my god, it is inside the box. Again, that is a save from Magnan and Koopmanias. Oh, Juventus are not looking sharp in those clinical finishings, but what a pass that was for Lucas Hernandez. It would have just led to a goal. A cheap goal they would have considered in 52 minutes of the gameplay, but Mike Magnan saving it big two times, leading to a corner coming on way. Mike Magnan is getting those saves. Two saves back to back in just 15 seconds. Magnan proving time and again that he is the GOAT as well as the captain of the team. Everything is relying on his performance because it is the home of Juventus at the Alliance where the Rossoneris have travelled. Cambiaso moving high up on the pitch. But his passes, which he is trying to provide Timo Way, it is not looking that clinical into it. It is not looking that clinical into it. First touch not being that good. Timo Way not getting those first touch, and it would have been the difference if Kenan Ildiz would have been there. But he is just down to injuries and being just substituted. Juventus are creating those fast runs on the pitch, but clinically they are really lacking. And yes, the Rossoneri are just having the fun of it, not those worries much coming in for them. Can this be the 15th draw which Thiago Motta's men will just have because they haven't got those defeats this season, but a total of 14 draws? Is that what they are not having those points in the Serie A? That is a header opportunity, but denied again. Time and again, Juventus are moving high up on the pitch, making those movements inside the box, but the likes of Koopmanius, Way, as well as Mangula, Gonzalez not getting those clinical finishings inside the box, and Mike Magnan also doing those majestic saves is giving the Rossoneri the advantage. Musa, on the other hand, is also from AC Milan, not looking that clinical at times. The final thirds and the if you talk about the stats of the final thirds, then Juventus are really playing it good, whereas AC Milan are relying on their single passes as well as those single player movements in those attacks. That was Lucas Hernandez from Cookman, I mean from the likes of Reinders, but that was a heavy touch to it. Kalulu, Cambiaso, back to Kalulu. Kalulu has got Gabia. I mean, it is Getty. Oh my god, Juventus has scored, and that is the finish. It is that clinical finish which Mangula has got, and he has got it good. Mangula just finished it because time and again Juventus were looking raising high up on the pitch, and yes, it is that pass to Mangula and Mangula getting that finish. But was that finish so good, or it was that absence from Magnan? Damn, Juventus are one up at their home. That was a class pass. That was a class pass. It was Gonzalez giving that for Mangula, and Mangula was so right at that spot, and he got that shot so good. But Mike Magnan could have got a touch to it at least. But how long is he going to defend it? Look at that expression from Thiago Motta. Mike Magnan is time and again asking some of his players to be tactical right in those places, which is not happening. Now, are the Juventus players going to stay down on the pitch, or they are going to get those invadement into the half of Milan again? Reinders and Benanza are doing good, but the likes of Tammy Abraham, it is lacking. Tammy Abraham is not getting those offensive spaces as well as not those moments to be counted. It is what is not happening from the side of Conciaso. His men are not doing it so good. Spaces as well. It is lacking. It is surely lacking into it. Just look at the passes which they are creating. Renders, Tomori, Benancer. With so much injuries, how can that happen for AC Milan? Most of their players are so much injured. It is a big bet to have them. Damn, I think my internet connection is going to cut off. Oh my god, what has just happened? Holy Christ, I think my internet connection is going to be off. The internet connection is going to be off. What is that happening? Why the signal strength is just out of it? Oh, this is so annoying, man. This is so annoying. Oh my god, it is Juventus again scoring. I hope guys my stream and audio and video quality is good, because here the network strength has dropped down drastically, and on the other hand it is Juventus getting that second goal. Milan is going to be crushed. So much of injuries. What is that going to happen? What is that going to happen? It was same in the Supercoppa di Italia. Milan were down by 2 goals against Simone Inzaghi's Inter, but they managed to get those comebacks. Can this happen again? Can this happen again? Can this comeback for Milan happen again with so much of injuries into their squad? Conceição getting that defeat will be too hot for him to handle. So new as the manager of this team. We was talking about the Milan, the fixtures, Conceição getting those wins over Inter, and yes, prior to that, it was in the Supercoppa, Milan defeating Juventus. Get that shot, boy, inside the box. Oh my god, oh my god. Milan defeated Juventus as well as they defeated Inter. A draw with Cagliari, win against Como, but in this game, down by 2 goals. That is looking a big aspect. That is a corner incoming. Juventus are looking again on the prowl, but no equalizers as well as no reply from the Rossoneri. What is that causing the disturbance? What is that which is causing the disturbance? Corner being taken, but that is interception. Thank God. No worries for the Rossoneris. Thiago Motta's men getting those goals previous, but I mean previously in the Serie A they have got those leads, but somehow they have managed to get draws. And on the other hand, in the Supercoppa, AC Milan getting those wins against Juventus and then against the likes of Inter. Now are 2 goals behind Juventus at their home of Alliance. I think my internet connection is going to just slow down. If there is any lag in the video, do tell us, guys. I hope there isn't. I hope there isn't any lag on the stream.